First live map draft ever for the Winter Bash.
Hello? Test.
Yeah, we hear you.
Oh, Tyler's in. I think Tyler's muted us on the stream.
No, you're not muted. I just had push to talk on so you couldn't hear me.
Ah.
We're all good. So far, Amazon Tunnel, instant veto for Bear. Arabia is out for Oz. I think these two players might have different ideas of where they want this game to go. This match to go.
Wait, did I pick a map?
So you picked and closed. Yeah, this is the pick section now.
Oh no!
You want to
trying
redo?
To ban that one.
We can remake if you want.
Nah, that's alright. Okay, so now I'm banning again.
Yeah, so now you're banning. It's red.
Okay. Well,
Hey,
I see that now.
Ghost Lake banned. Mega Random picked for Oz. We love to see it. So that's enclosed as Bear's home map.
Somebody is feeling confident.
Mega Random as Ozzglaux's home map. So whoever loses the first game, it'll be the home map. Is this for the second game? Cycreus with the resub for Prime for 3 months. Incredible. Thank you very much. We love to see it. Ooh woo. Many ooh woos in the message. Oh, we've got Oz in the chat as well. Welcome, welcome.
Indeed. Thank you.
A little bit of a random ban. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be a good one. I love the energy you're bringing to it.
Gotta be a little feisty.
Right.
Mega Randu Woo. Okay, Cycreus. We're coming down to the last few maps here.
Looking exciting.
It's down to Mongolia or Rivers. Oz picks the map that they're playing on first now, since he's the guest cat.
And a Nomad ad as well. Always a good ban. Nomad should have no place whatsoever in any of these games.
Oh my gosh, somebody's got opinions. Okay, so it looks like the first game will be on Rivers, neutral territory, and then we'll go from there.
Let's go.
All right.
Allouition, an honor to play you. An honor to play you.
Yes, sir. I'm excited.
Dang. Look at these guys being so nice to each other. What is this?
Well, this is pre-match. You got to be nice pre-match.
Yeah, beforehand, yeah.
Forehand, let's see.
In game, make sure you have your taunts cheat sheet open.
There you go. That's what it is. The only thing you need in your match.
Do we have one of those pins somewhere? Can I pull it out?
I don't know. I should add it.
That would be fun.
Fast forward to live time. We're going full live time on this. Okay.
Yeesh. Let's do it.
I think everything is working as intended. All right, chat. All right, YouTube viewers, anyone, everyone, everywhere, welcome. Welcome to a live Winter Bash League match. Allouition in orange, defending his S League title, defending his honor. On the left, playing as the Bulgarians. Ozzglaux in the southeast. Looking for a little bit of a challenge. He wants a rematch from last year, I think. Playing in gray as the Japanese here on Rivers.
Interesting choice.
We've got Ravenwolf in the chat with us as well.
Hello,
Always love to see it. And this is going to be pretty exciting stuff.
Yes.
Bulgarians from Allouition. Not a civ I would have expected, to be honest. It's pretty different. Excuse the flickering. I forgot to start the recording, but we're all good now.
Now, just as a note, with this map for Rivers, is there only one crossing point that they have at their disposal?
Good place to start.
Yeah.
In the tiny map size, which is the 1v1 2-player map size that we use, there's only one crossing.
Okay.
So there's a shallow crossing there. River goes all the way down the side. There is a little bit of gold in the middle island, in one of the middle islands, but also a solid amount of deep water fish.
Yep.
So we might see these players docking. I know Allouition is great with making fishing ships. He's done it plenty of times in the past. Oz should have some awareness of that as well. I'm wondering if he picked Japanese specifically in order to do some fishing
Noticing that
shenanigans.
Allouition is going for loom right away, so he's probably wanting to just maybe take a more defensive stance. Want to be sure they can keep those villagers alive. So really interesting pick early on.
I like where your mind is, but also I'm gonna guess that's because he's housed.
Oh, no.
We're seeing Oz take it now as well at 15 Phil's housed. So
Moving so fast.
oh, he's
They can't
actually
keep up.
not building a house either. I think he's plenty of wood. Oz, there we go. Get those houses down, buddy. This is gonna really put a little hiccup in Oz's early game. It's not gonna be able to produce villagers as much here.
Hey, I think definitely a big point of contention is going to be the river as well. Like again, they can try to block off that walkway to make sure they can kind of control the pace of the game. And I think if any side starts to establish control of the river first, that's going to give them a very big advantage as the game continues to drag on.
Yeah, this is definitely a focal point right here. This
Yeah.
crossing, unless one of the players does a proxy, or I'm guessing if the game goes long enough, we'll see some transporting across.
Mm-hmm.
But still no docks for either player. Both of these guys have been warming up. They've been grinding quite a bit the last few days, trying to get themselves back into shape from last year. Oz has played one match versus Bees Get Degrees so far this year, and won. I think it was a 2-0. Very impressive stuff there. Allouition, very busy with work, very busy with school, has not been able to get on the age at all until the last couple days, so might be a little rust coming from him. He might not be up to form yet. I don't know. He's been playing a lot of AI games though, trying to get things back in shape, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Both players with plenty of housing space now. Oz actually closer to the next age, going by that food, but we'll see what they decide to do.
Sometimes it takes maybe a game or two to get yourself warmed up again. You're trying to figure out your build order, trying to figure out what you're going to be doing. So not, again, like only the first game, but it can really set pace. It can really kind of decide how things are going to go. It's going to set your pace and figure out what you have to do.
Looks like, by the way, the the prediction: 10 channel points for Oz, and 11,000 channel points for Allouition to win the first game.
Holy smoke!
If Oz wins this,
Man,
somebody's getting 1 to 1,000 odds payout. By the way, that's impressive.
Dang,
That's brave.
I mean, someone put in more. I thought I only bet like 1,000.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, and
we'll
it
see
looks
more.
like Allouition is putting a wall right there, so he doesn't want to get caught off guard or anything. Doesn't want to have any sneak attacks come over, at least through that avenue. So it's probably a pretty good call on his part to control that area.
Yeah, Allouition going for the early wall. Question from Psychers about Gray's land spawn maybe being a disadvantage. It is a lot more squished right near his base, and I think overall there's a lot less space. He's gonna need to expand down to the south if he wants to really make use. Like, there's so much of his wood down here. It's a little bit weird and maybe not ideal, but I think where the crossing is, at least, it shouldn't be too much of an issue for now. Yeah, that's so much wood down there. At least it's in the safe side, as long as Allouition doesn't immediately transport.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have too much of an effect on the game, but
But,
we'll have to see.
Both players now having a docks down, gonna get some fishing ships out, and that's gonna really help their food
Yeah.
intake. Because again, lots of deep water fish there for them to take advantage of.
Oz with 7 on berries. That's quite a lot. Actually, both with 7 on berries. Okay. As a side note on the maps, yeah, Oz has good water access at least. We are just using the regular ladder map pool, not any kind of adjusted scripts, any kind of tournament adjusted scripts or anything. Might look into that in the future, but that would mean players have to like go find them and install them and stuff. So it might add a little bit more onus onto the players to be able to find those. There are more balanced versions of maps that tournaments use that just haven't been added into the default game or adjusted in the default game. So it is an option for the future, but for now we're just keeping things simple, taking a risk that some maps might end up a little weird. This is not too bad though, I'd say. For example, all of Oz's stones and golds are like behind his TC, so if he walls off the right side, could be really good for him. 2 forward stones for Allouition. 2 fishing ships for Oz here, 1 for Allouition. Both players now in the feudal age. Allouition, I think, might be doing a little bit of a fast castle situation. Oz taking no gold right now, actually, so he's just trying to go for a bit more of a feudal age boom. And we got the lumber camps going up in the south a little bit there. And Oz with some building walls, a blacksmith, a couple houses pertinently placed. Both of these players' names are Austin, by the way. I don't know if they would want anybody to know that. I think it's fine. One's spelled a little differently than the other. Berries have run out now.
This is to decide who spells Austin the right way.
Yeah, that could be it. Score is fairly close right now. It's probably just down to scouting. Allouition was able to get his scout over to the enemy's side before he walled off, and he's also looking around with the fishing ship. Actually, his one
really
fishing ship is doing some.
Really, yeah, really good play by Allouition there. Again, taking advantage of the units that you have to do a little digging, see what's going on, see what's.
See what's up.
Oh yeah.
Both players stonewalling this gap now, which is definitely the smart move. This game might go pretty late though, since there's not going to be an easy way across until they have siege, until they can transport across, something like that.
Both players are probably going to be settling in for the late game. I just noticed like another dock out by Oz, so he's really looking to speed up his food intake.
And a galley coming out from his wall. Allouition still only with one fishing ship. He maybe just wants to subvert expectations here and commit to the land. Maybe he thinks it's enough.
Yeah, not a...
And just scouting with this fishing ship. He did see that galley. One thing I'll say is a lot of times you'll see players make fire ships first in the feudal age because you don't have to micro them. They're easier to kill fishing ships with because it's harder for them to miss. And they beat low numbers of galleys. So it's a lot easier to like win fights with fire ships, especially at this stage. But once you're able to get a mass up of ships, you also don't need any upgrades, right? Galleys need fletching if they want to be good, ultimately like ballistics and stuff. But for now, Allouition with 2 fishing ships. Oz, I like the military ship production, looking around, see what the enemy is doing. They both know that each other is on the water if they've been looking. So Allouition clicked up to Castle Age now.
Dang.
Oz is not too far behind.
And he is... Wow.
He's going for the neighborhood strat. Look at this.
Wow! What in the
Look at all these
world?
houses.
What the heck?
All right. Again, I will say another little tip here. Just do a line of houses across and block anything from potentially coming. But I mean, it looks good. It's efficient. It's packed tight. So
Yeah,
what are
I
we
mean,
gonna do?
there's not really an area where he's gonna be necessarily attacked from the other side. So like, not a bad idea. Just hey, you need to get your houses out. Don't want to be housed.
Yeah.
Use all the wood. Why not?
I think one thing you can do to level up your game a little bit is
I
just
think that is
look
a
for
fire
choke
ship.
points at any situation you can
I
and
think
build
that is a
houses
fire-
in between them.
That is a fire ship out
frost.
by Allouition here to deal with this little navy that Oz has. So
now, if Oz is able to micro this, he should be able to kill the fire ship, but it's going to take a ton of his attention.
Yeah, and I don't know. That's where he wants to keep it right now. He does have to try to deal with that fire ship though, because if there's another fire ship out for Allouition, he does have
getting more in queue here.
Yeah, he does have to respond, I'd say, because if he doesn't, then Allouition can easily take control of the center of the map and the water. So that's something that Oz does not want to lose. So he definitely needs to respond. Has to respond to this at some point.
Well, we got fire galleys in queue for Oz. They might pop out at a bad time with with Allouition's right there as well.
Yeah,
but
Allouition is chasing
could be good.
that ship. So
Also, transport ship for Gray coming out of the bottom dock.
I could see a sneaky rush, put a few villagers over on the other side to get a few units up. Okay, so the fire ship does come out for Oz.
Looks like that transport has been rallied. Okay, he's saving it.
Yeah, good call. He has to get that out of there.
And it's looking pretty good for Allouition right now on the water, I think, just because of the production he has camping there. I'm excited to see what happens with that transport ship though. And Oz needs the buildings still, but he does have the resources to go to castle. Gonna need to work on that.
Yeah, this is actually Allouition's doing a really good job of pressuring both those both the docks right now for Oz. So he's doing a really good job of just being an annoyance.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot to deal with.
Yeah.
When all your ships are getting
Oz is
fired
just
down,
really
you're
those
remaking,
galleys
you're transporting. So
look. So Oz is sending. Oz has a few more fire ships out. He might be able to respond to this. Looks like he's going to be able to ward Allouition off.
he's gonna be able to push that back. It's the soon to be 3 dock production coming in. Allouition can't match that production. He's actually going for galleys himself now with fletching. So
okay, so we do have the the villager sneak over there. So I'm curious to see what he's going to do
got
with
the
it.
villager sneak.
I'm excited.
We've got 2 town centers for Allouition, but I think because of those fishing ships, I mean, we can see 36 villagers for Gray, 39 for Allouition, but 12 fishing ships for Gray.
Yeah,
Still
like
giving
Oz,
him that eco advantage right now,
Yeah,
even with
Oz
1 TC feudal.
hauling in the food right now. Is that it?
Here's that 3rd TC for Allouition. Oz gotta watch out. If he gets too close up there, he's gonna get spotted. But for now, it's looking good. One effect, looks like Allouition lost his scout on the far side. So one effect of having a scout over there, he was able to see what the enemy is doing, but he now can't use it to scout his own island in case of landings. Like Oz has his scout down in the south there. Allouition with the castle. No, these are still just standard feudal age galleys. No, here's a war galley coming in now, and a tower by the docks for Orange. That's probably gonna push off any kind of fighting right underneath that. Japanese bonuses, of course, include more health on their fishing ships. They have 240 max HP. Compared, wait, what is this? Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. 120 max HP. Apologies. Compared to, does Orange have any fishing ships left? There we go. 60. Wait, it's double. I didn't realize how much more it was. Japanese fishing ships are insane, basically. They don't die. They have double HP of standard. I think they can also carry more, if I'm not mistaken, but it looks like Allouition has massed enough war galleys here. Oz kind of sleeping on the job. He's going to lose his whole navy and might lose the water completely.
Yeah.
And there goes 11 eco units if he can't escape with them, which is insane. Halfway to Castle Age, though. See what Oz plans to do with that. He has 2 on stone, still 9 on that gold, and gonna have to start seeding more farms because these fishing ships, they don't have long for this world. Allouition just making villas out of 3 TCs. Where's that attack noise? What is that? Wait, Allouition found the sneak.
Oh shoot!
We got a couple long swords down there. 3 villagers survived the attack. Oz gonna have to wall up though. Try to keep these guys alive.
Yeah,
this is where the main focus is gonna be now. War galleys looping in.
I'm not sure.
I think for Oz to have any hope with this sneak, he's gonna need some production over here.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But he's not gonna have space for production.
I'm not
behind
sure
those
that
walls.
Lumbercamp was the right call. I mean, he snuck those units across, so I feel like some barracks or some stables would have been.
Yeah, I think the issue is just being distracted with too many fronts at once,
Yeah.
right? With water on the map, there's always that you have to be thinking about. Just hit Castle Age, Gray, but gonna lose the navy again here.
So
Taking some fairly, actually, I was gonna say good trades, but looks like those fire ships tanking the damage for Orange.
Noticing
Also,
Oz,
Allouition dropping a castle at the choke point.
that's gonna be really rough for Oz to deal with. And I just noticed Oz is selling food for gold and he's buying wood, so it looks like he's trying to build up to something. I'm not sure what though.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to produce more water units. He really wants to keep water alive, which is really his only way back in this game, I think.
That's really
keeping these fishing ships alive.
As long as Allouition keeps pushing this advantage that he has right now while he's on the water, it's going to be really, really hard for.
So in this situation, one thing you can do is select your dock and right-click it so that the rally point is set where the unit spawns and stays inside the docks. And then you pop them all out at once you have like a critical mass that can kill these. Instead of just trickling them in like this, like they're just gonna get picked off one by one. They might ultimately win, but it'll be pretty bad trades, 4v1 over and over. You could also make some. If the ships are this close to your dock, it's fairly easy to get hits with demo ships. Could be some good value there. On the other side, an archer out for Allouition. 2 villagers still yet alive, and a watchtower is coming up for Oz. So I think he's going to keep.
It up in time. He's. I just don't...
There's Bodkin arrow for orange, but the tower goes up. It's immediately on fire because it's being attacked by a longswordsman. So it's going to need some micro to repair that constantly. But for now, it should alleviate some pressure. 3 war galleys still going for Oz, for Allouition. He's cleaning up the fishing ships, slowly but surely. 2 left now. And more fire galleys out for Oz. Would love to see the galley upgrade, which also upgrades fire galleys. Docks in this game are very confusing, but you need the war galley upgrade in order to
Oz
upgrade those fire ships.
He has a few of the fire ships that he's not using right now. So he looks like he is gonna fend off Allouition here at great cost, though.
And Allouition making more ships.
More war galleys again. So this is really, really tough for Oz right now. He's got to try to find a way to regain control of the middle, the water, because if he doesn't...
Eco difference is not looking great for Oz. Only on 1 TC still. Allouition is just kind of out-booming, out-producing. That tower went down, and all the villagers have died from that transport as well now. So it's going to be either Allouition transporting, or he loses his navy. It's the only way Oz could probably transport now. Or they have to fight in the middle on that crossing. Oz going for pikeman upgrades, squire upgrades, and also many barracks coming up here. It'll be interesting to see what the unit compositions on land ultimately look like here, because Allouition definitely is just going full longswords with some archers for support. I think the Bulgarians are technically an infantry civ, so that makes sense. Spearmen, not the play into that at all. So we'll see. Here's longswordsman for Gray. So it might be just an infantry on infantry fight. Good towers, getting some kills on Orange's ships though.
Yeah, unfortunately though.
And more just default fire galleys. Really need that war galley upgrade because they're gonna be so much stronger with that.
And Allouition is going into the next age, so he's really in control of the game right now. He's not having to worry. Again, he's the one putting the pressure on Oz. Oz is unfortunately not being able to put any pressure on Allouition, so Allouition is just able to build up, get all these units out. He's doing really well for himself right now.
Allouition moving in with longswordsmen, trying to attack that stone wall on the choke point. Also is getting some conics out, halfway to Imperial, like you said. And Oz just spamming more fire galleys and getting some longswordsmen out himself. Japanese longswords should do well. They're insane, right? They have more attack speed. But I think the eco difference here is going to be really hard to overcome.
Yeah, unfortunately, Oz is just suffering right now. He's trying to make whatever he can to respond to Allouition's attack, but unfortunately, Allouition is just doing so well economy-wise that he's able to continue to produce. He's able to continue to produce units, able to just keep the pressure on Oz. And
Oz just found out about that castle there.
Oh no!
No blacksmith upgrades for either player yet for the infantry line, so no advantages or disadvantages there. Allouition might have some archers in support, but I think he just made those in order to kill the Walden villagers earlier, so might not do any more archers. And the navy is there. Castle on the shoreline for Oz. I think he still wants to contest water, but now we got two-handed swordsman for Allouition. I think you can research. I believe one of the bonuses for the Burgundians or the Bulgarians is that you can research militia line upgrades and age early. Is that true? Oh, no, no, oh, no, 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 no. It's that they come in immediately when you hit the next stage. So that's why two-handed swordsmen are already here for Allouition. With the Navy support, this could go for Orange's side, but I think Gray wins this with the Japanese bonus if they just fight straight up right now. Forging coming in for Orange, though.
But the range of the war galleys, though, is helping him to pick off some of those units or support there. Oh, no.
Yep, Oz looking to kite maybe into his new castle
Man,
there.
a lot of fireships coming in here to try to deal with these war galleys. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. And the
There are a lot of fire ships. Oz wins
Oh
this
my-
fight on land.
Yeah, okay, so one war galley does go down, though.
Here's the difference, by the way. Fire galley, 1, 4, 2.5. Fire ship, 2 + 1, 6,
Yeah.
2.5. So it's a big difference, and Gray's fire ships are going to get cleaned up.
Yeah, but Oz is going to fall under the protection of his castle, but Allouition in the meantime is just cleaning up some villagers, trying to kill some production.
Fire ship goes down to Man-at-Arms, and the production here is actually enough for Oz to clean up the water. Allouition has 1 galley left, and that's it.
Wow, that was actually crazy.
But without Imperial Age, the tech difference is probably going to start creeping up. Bagains, I do not know what that tech does. I think it's a cost reduction for the infantry line, but I'm not
and right now
totally sure.
Allouition is starting. Okay, so he takes care of that force that's on his side. He does still have a few enemy units that he has to deal with, but
Champion, or oh, these are still two-handed swordsmen.
oh, no.
Okay.
More units.
I don't know if Oz sees this, but rip stone miners, rip gold miners. That castle is in a spot to keep water safe, but I would have loved to see it like in the choke point here.
He can't get another castle up. Oh, that's it. Oh, wow.
But that's the game. Oz recognizes. Maybe he looked back and saw these guys back here. It's a 28 eco KD with those fishing ships going down as well.
Wow.
And Oz calls GG, mate.
What a game.
27 two-handed swordsmen for Allouition created that game. 33 fire galleys. Would have loved to see the war galley upgrade on those to make them much stronger. Probably would have won water with that, but good fight from both. It was just the eco difference there from Allouition and that timing with the Bulgarians instantly getting two-handed swordsmen.
That
is
really
pretty crazy.
That really made her. That really made the game. Is that center is controlling controlling the water.
Yeah, I like the fish boom though from Oz. That was a good play.
I think Oz had a really good economy going with the fish. So really well played on both players' parts.
First game goes to Allouition. He needs one more to win and get, I guess, 1 point for defending. Oz needs 2 wins, the next 2, if he wants to move up and knock Allouition down from S League. He'll get 3 points if he does that. For what it's worth.
Is it a best of 3? I don't remember.
It is, yeah.
Yes, that's correct.
Unless I mean, in any of these, by the way, chat, anybody, forfeiting is totally fine if you don't want to play all 2 or 3. It's always allowed. But best of 3.
I do not want to forfeit.
No, understandable. No, I don't. I wasn't saying you should. I'm just saying, just in case anybody wondering.
I stalled out so hard.
Yeah.
Game.
Thank you,
was
sir.
good.
I tried to hold off as long as I could, but I saw them scores and I was like, we'll have to try this again.
I was booming hard.
And I just stalled so hard because I put everything into my ships and then you got the ships first.
Oh, yeah. Once I saw Japan, I was like, uh-oh.
Well, that's what I was hoping. I was like, rivers, maybe I can make something happen.
There weren't as many fish as I was expecting.
Yeah, the rivers weren't very deep. I think that might be the map size, though. I think that's tiny. I think you get
Did
larger
run
on
out pretty fast. Yeah.
larger.
Yeah.
It's a good boost.
Because on
in the
tiny, there's
early
also
mid-game,
only
though.
one river entrance, which is something I forgot.
I was looking all around for that second one.
For that
Where is
second one,
this?
right? Yeah.
My scout was going back to the other side. I was like, wait, did you already wall it off? What's happening? Did not find it. Yeah, that makes sense.
So are we on enclosed or mega random or loser picks?
You can choose, but your home map is mega random, so that would be the
Alright,
default.
I'd like mega if that's cool.
Yeah,
Alright.
that sounds good. I don't like enclosed.
Going in.
Mega random, best random. Cool.
There it is. You never know what you're gonna get. And we are in already for Game 2. I forgot orange. Oh no. Allouition about to lose this game. He's not the color that he's expecting.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
It's gonna
Tell you
be.
something. Not picking your color can have a mental effect on an individual.
Is this gonna be a remake just for that? I don't know. All right, we're here on Mega Random. Allouition in blue, uncharacteristically playing the Franks. Ozzglaux here, game 2, playing the Khmer in gray.
Just notice something. They already have houses up. Like, are those houses already? I've never been on Mega Random before, but did they make those houses, or are they already?
Yeah, so Mega Random has a chance to generate a bunch of different building types. You can start with a market, you can start with a tower, you can start with a barracks or stable or whatever. This time it looks like they've started with 3 houses each, so not gonna have to build those houses. Looks like Allouition's still gonna go ahead and do it and keep with the standard build order for now.
Sometimes you just gotta do it. It's
it's muscle memory, you just gotta.
You're a slave to the habit, and sometimes you just gotta do it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not a bad thing to do because again, it ensures he's not going to be housed further along in the game. He's going to keep his, he's not going to have to worry about diverting villagers to create houses. So it's not a bad idea.
Looks like this Mega Random houses aside, not too crazy. There's going to be a bunch of extra berries and water buffaloes, and it looks like 1 boar in the shape of a rhino. One rhino per player, as well as fishing in the back. So tons of food on this map, but the terrain is not too unusual. A lot of wood, and the water around the edges. Solid map gen for Mega Random this time around. See how these players adapt. 9 on water buffalo right now for gray, 2 on that wood. Allouition, I think this is what they tell you in the build order guide, how to fast castle. 4 on wood there, 6 on the water buffaloes. Now we're gonna take that rhino and send some vills over to the berries. Very standard stuff here. Looks like Allouition might be going rhino and boar and water buffalo at the same time. I was gonna find the enemy's TC immediately here. And we got ourselves the most efficient mill in the world. 2 berry patches, 1 mill. What more could you ask for?
You couldn't ask for a better position.
I mean, this is a tough one. I might do the same thing in this situation. It's a little more walking time though. If you could spare the wood, it might be worth double milling that, but you love to see the double patch right there. Map gens, comparing these two, pretty even. Pretty even. I think. Let's see, 1, 2, 3 in the front there. 1, 2. There's 2 in the back for Allouition. Maybe a few more back resources for Allouition. It depends where these players decide to wall. I could say it's maybe 60-40 favoring Allouition if both of them have to defend from the enemy, but we shall see how light this goes. Lots of resources in general on this map, though. Look at all these gold piles. Good grief. 46, that's 36k gold on the map. And 9100 stone. Incredible. So the Franks, for those who may be a little less in the know. Cheaper scouts, more HP immediately on their knights, cheaper castles. Franks want to go Knight Rush. Maybe Scout Rush in Feudal Age, almost every game, right? So pretty much, if Oz has been around at all, he's gonna know that you want to be expecting those knights, those scouts from the enemy. And we've got some real turn of events here. Oz going for a proxy barracks, immediately found by the scout from blue. Immediately. How did he know? When did he know it? Incredible. How did he know that? Now blue going for the walls in the back. Gonna have to leave those villagers there for now. Just keep that in the back of his head that there's a stable back there. And Allouition with a barracks of his own might have to adjust. I think he was going fast castle, but we'll see what he does now. If he just tries to defend it or tries to make army in feudal age. At the very least, Oz will have a forward barracks here. Even if his enemy knows it's here, he's still going to be able to produce units closer to the enemy. And doing some house walling at home. Love to see it. Couple of scouts fighting here. Oz will win this if he decides to take a couple more hits, but looks like it's not happening for now. This might be auto scouting as well.
True.
Oh, he's right-clicked some bills.
Okay, so it looks like he just wants to be an annoyance.
Allouition.
He's playing very aggressively. Just he tried to be an annoyance. He's gonna back
Yeah,
off.
we love to see it. Allouition does not have loom right now. Hasn't researched. He's going quick feudal instead. So those villas could be vulnerable. I think they would win against this scout with this low of HP though. However, militia coming up for Oz. He doesn't know about these walls yet, but he will soon. Sag.
Can't have everything, I guess.
Back at home, some long-distance gold mining for Oz. He's up at front, paying attention to the army right now. This is what matters the most to him. All in on this early aggression. He has no food. He's just going all in. Dark Age fighting.
Okay.
Mining gold, making militia, and we'll see if it's enough. He's the Khmer, which
This
do
is
get
a really
more efficient
risky play
farms
here.
if he
Yeah,
decides
I mean,
to do farming, but there's a lot of food on the map.
Allouition is going to the next stage, so he's going to have access to some of those next level units, but Oz is really putting the pressure on here. I don't know if it's going to be enough.
I think Oz needs to change position. I don't think he can make it through the backside here.
No.
Allouition is just going to keep walling off and building houses and delaying until he has tech.
Yeah, he should know there's another avenue of entrance there, so I think Oz just needs to reposition it. Yeah, he just needs to reposition and find another way to come at Allouition, because if he doesn't, he's going to fall very, very far behind.
Yeah, he needs to do damage now, and destroying palisade walls, not quite enough damage. Militia coming up for Allouition. I think he feels like he needs some kind of units. It's going to be a little bit concerning on his side too. Like, he's under pressure. If one more of these palisade walls goes down, Oz can walk on the shoreline to get around. Allouition did not stonewall that. I think he thinks this house is walling everything off, but you can just go around that on the shore. You need a wall or a palisade there. And Allouition with an archery range. Good choice. The Khmer have strong archers, or the Franks. The Franks have okay archers. Also, Man-at-Arms upgrade has come in for our
Yep, so
blue
that's going to
player.
give really good advantage over...
Looks like Oz doesn't know he can go around there either, so he's going to have to destroy another house.
No. Oh,
and
no.
the Man-at-Arms
They
could
cannot...
cause problems.
Oh, here we go. Oh,
Supplies for Allouition, and Oz going to just fall back for now.
okay, not a bad idea. And it looks like really good placement from Allouition with some of those buildings is going to cut off Oz's avenue of entrance. He's going to prevent him from getting closer to those villagers. So really good placement of those buildings by Allouition.
It will mess with the pathing here for Gray, and probably delay enough for Allouition to get units out in response. He can still make it to the gold mine, and this wood could be vulnerable if there are enough units here for Oz. There's still a gap between the blacksmith and the archery range, but we love to see the thinking there. Back at home, Oz with a mining camp on that gold now. He's 40 seconds away from feudal, and he just needs to, at this point, I don't think you can win the fight. Well, you could, actually. There's only 3 man-at-arms chasing. 4 attack, 1 ranged defense for those militia. 6 attack, 1 defense for the man-at-arms. So, Oz going with more barracks. Oh, sorry, I clicked on the map. Bringing those villagers home. Eco KD, looks like we weren't paying attention, but Oz lost a villager to either a tiger or a boar earlier. And the fight is here. It's going to be actually kind of close. Should be clear up for Gray, but those man-at-arms way stronger than militia. And the archer is doing work too.
For Allouitions. Oh, but the man-at-arms do go down. Looks like the
archer
Oz is gonna push these units. I don't know if
being microed for now. It looks like it's being pulled back. Oz should be close to walled in now. We need to see some walls on the back edge. but he's got some solid blocks down on some choke points. And his forward barracks is still up. So the tech difference here not as crazy as you might think. Man-at-arms for both. And I was going to take some more favorable fights. There are two men-at-arms there. They're just stacking because the pathing in this game is terrible right now. And score is basically dead even. I would say it could go either way still. Look at the eco collected right now. Allouition with 500 more, but nothing crazy. The resources collected there, and he's going for some gates and some walls at home. Don't know if Allouition... Is there a gap? No, that's actually a full tree wall. So Oz could go around the top side and find some good damage, but I don't know if he has looked there at all. He has, so he sees that, and he sees the lumber camp even. I think that should be the next spot he tries to attack, unless he just goes for defense at home. It's just a stone wall there to block some stuff. But there's still a gap, if I'm not mistaken, as well. Double click these trees. Oh, no, there's a tree behind that wall. So good stuff. Blocking those choke points. Oz with the high number of man-at-arms right now. And if Allouition sees that, if he predicts that correctly, which I think he has, it's going to be all archers from him. As the Franks, you don't necessarily want that. You could also just... I mean, just because you don't get a lot of bonuses, you don't really feel that happy when you're making archers as the Franks. It is the right choice here, but you could also just go knights, and knights win against men-at-arms as well. So I love to see the counter plays. We have a scouting water buffalo gonna get yoinked back on to blue's side.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
And actually, I think Allouition might find 2 more water buffaloes at least here. I'm not sure why Austin is moving these water buffaloes around. Allouition has just now clicked Castle Age. So this is where things could start to spiral out of control for him. If he gets those town centers up, starts producing a lot more eco. Yeah. No fish for either player, by the way.
Yeah, interesting. Like, again, there's plenty of fish out there. I just don't... my guess is they're just so focused on these attacks that they're not thinking about it. And looks like Allouition does see those men-at-arms, but...
valuable info for him. Doesn't lose the scout.
Which is huge. Again, not losing a scout is always a nice thing to do. And always a nice thing to have.
So, if you're Allouition right now, that's like a lot of units to see out there, but... you're happy to see them in the back of your opponent's base, where they can't immediately hit you. And you're going to be happy about your archers that you're making. Skirmishers looks like might just be because of a lack of resources for other units. I don't know. Maybe he's expecting archers from Oz as the Khmer. You get the ballista elephant, which is pretty insane when you get enough of them. But are countered by skirms. Let's see what Oz decides to do with this army. He's gonna be needing to go castle or do damage. Once again, it's that conundrum again. Either you gotta do damage or you gotta age up and match your opponent. And this is a solid army from Allouition. If the micro is there, blue wins. If it's just an A move, units attack blindly, gray wins. And this is not a great time for blue to fight. He wants to wait until he can get those Castle Age upgrades to get the most value out of those units. But it looks like they're not gonna fight right now. They're not 2 ships passing in the night, that's all. And gray going for more walls across the whole map. I love this. Not sure what happened to this village. It must be a shift click issue, unfortunate, but that does happen.
Yikes.
But what is Allouition going to be doing with this Castle Age? Dropping stables. Definitely looking to make that knight switch. Ozzglaux with the wheelbarrow. Looks like our prediction looking good there once again. 1.5k Allouition, 22 Oz.
Well, the game's not over yet.
If Oz wins this, hey, that's huge for whoever's given that 22 point.
I guess so. But,
vote. I'm really interested about Oz's military positioning. Maybe he's just trying to block the choke points he hasn't walled yet, but they're always, it seems like they're always on the back or like the random edge of the map. We'd like to see those more in the middle, trying to get things done. Maybe he feels like he needs to just turtle up and defend until he can catch up. But did send a scout in and see what the enemy's doing. So we'll see what he chooses to do with that information. Also, quite a few eco upgrades for Gray. I love to see that. And oh, here's the second TC for Allouition as well. So gonna start pulling ahead with that vill count. Provided villagers are queued out of that. Oz actually idling his only TC right now too. Gonna have those houses up to defend.
Yeah,
Allouition does not know about that yet.
Yeah, not
He will
yet.
soon.
Really good job from Oz to get those buildings up to keep Allouition out. So taking advantage, knowing where those entrances are, taking advantage of it. It is gonna keep him out from some resources like that relic as well as the golden stone. But
You don't need to really worry about that. You can just delete a house and go grab that later if you get the map control. For now, this is a good warning sign, and it's going to allow Oz to move his army in and maybe take a good fight here before the house goes down completely and Allouition moves in. Allouition might get some knights in. He has a few in the back already, but I think it's fully blocked there now. Big fight going on in the middle.
yeah, Oz it looks like
Oz,
really
what's this fight?
right now.
The HP is Allouition's favor, but it's mostly ranged units. Couple knights might do the damage here.
Yeah, I think Allouition's got it. It's really, really close.
Oh, so that's a clear up of the main army from Oz.
Yeah, that's a really good. That was a really good fight for Allouition to clean up those men at arms. He's going to continue to press his advantage. The house goes down. He's going to get those knights in there. He's going to start wreaking havoc on Oz's base.
Now, if Oz can mitigate this damage enough by just hiding and kiting and stuff,
Yeah, he has to. That's the only
all of the units, pretty much other than the knights, have been cleared up, right? So the full spearman switch from Gray is a great choice. We're gonna need to see. I guess you only get spearman. He's still in feudal age, but enough of these guys just hard counter the knights, and he should be able to defend for now. Has only lost 5 eco, 6 now. It's still climbing a little bit. Chaos in Gray's base, but it's not over yet. It's not completely over.
No, but Allouition is in the driver's seat right now. He's really pushing this advantage that he has.
Absolutely. Enough spearmen out. Should push this back for now, and Allouition now has to switch back into archers again. Doesn't have fletching, doesn't have any archer upgrades, but it's the unit you gotta do. Against these spears. Allouition finding a little bit of opportunity damage here and there. Oz pushed completely off of wood as well. That's gonna be rough for making spearmen. His 8 wood. Good fight for Gray. Clears up a couple more knights. And Allouition is going for the forward castle drop on those houses.
Dang, he's feeling
Middle of the
really
map.
confident right now. So
He wants
he's
to lock it down.
yeah.
This could be risky. He's going to have to control these archers and try to delay the spears from getting over there. Only, I guess, 5 units building this castle, and it should be enough. All the spears are going down. There are still 4 knights in the back of the base. Oz sending all the vills. He sees the castle foundation. What's he gonna do with it though?
It looks like he's gonna send some. Oh, he's trying to get some villagers out there to deal with it. Oh,
I don't know. Decided it's gonna go up no matter what.
Yeah, he's.
You can if you catch it early enough. You can try to do some counter
looks like he's
towers
gonna
in the range of that.
For a few walls to go up there to keep himself alive as long as he can. He does have spearmen out. Pikemen out to try to deal with some of those knights. So it looks like it's probably the right call.
On the back of this, fishing for Gray is great to see. Gonna need that to catch up with eco. 53-35 right now, and a lot of idols for Gray. He does get the wall down, I think, though.
That's gonna.
Some vills trapped on the other side.
No.
Castle is up for blue, but the rear walling, great read from Gray, and he's still in this game barely.
He reacted to that really well. I think not rushing the castle with those villagers was the right call. It was tough. You don't want it to go up.
It was a little too late, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was too far along. Plus, he's okay. It looks like the pikemen are going to clean up those knights, so really good job dealing with that.
Oz still only 27 seconds away from castle.
Yeah.
Gonna have to find an answer to the archers, and I don't know if he's gonna be able to switch to skirms at this point, or knights of his own.
Yeah. Again, Allouition doing a really good job of pushing his advantage, but Oz doing a really good job of dealing with Allouition's attacks. So
He
I
handled those knights well.
think, yeah, and I think his read on that castle was really good. Not wanting to lose. Again, if he had sent those villagers in, they probably all would have died, and it would have put him really far behind in production. So having them calling them back and then making that wall to buy him some self-time, really good
Good
play
game
by Oz.
sense. Yeah. Might be over making spearmen though if he makes too many more of them now. No more knights are out for Allouition. He's going into a complete tech switch again, back to the man-at-arms, back to the archers. We'll see what Oz chooses to do. He's queued up 10 vills in this TC now. That's the wood for it, or the food for it, why not? And he's just struggling for wood right now too. The double house wall paying off. Oz will see those man-at-arms back on the field and the archers. He knows what the enemy has, at least what he's showing. Back at home, Allouition. The double TC. Good play. Keep that advantage, but not like go like 3 or 4 to slow your entire eco and your push down, making vills. And it really just depends on if Oz is able to get the right counter units out in time, I think. For now, anyways, to defend. I don't know what his options are to push back. With the castle there, I guess you just try to go around it and hit the enemy's eco. This gold, Allouition actually at home is very exposed if he gets any kind of counter attack on the north side. So we could see that. There is some Stonewall Foundation blueprints out for Oz on the north, but I think he's focusing on other things. Market. Great job stalling this game out. That's what he needed to do. More villagers out of that one TC. Still just struggling to get enough wood to do anything with. Man, that's rough. The night raids pushing them off of wood that much early on. And we'll see. Third TC now for Allouition. He sees the game is gonna go a little bit later, decides time to invest in my eco, make sure I'm ahead for sure.
Yeah, looks like, is that another TC going up for, yep, another TC. Really good spot for it too, right next to gold, right next to trees. But the pikemen are going to be coming in. They're going to be causing some havoc over here, so Allouition is going to have to respond. Well, maybe.
I mean, Oz doesn't really have much use for these pikemen anymore, right? Unless Allouition makes more knights, which he probably won't do at this point. You might as well just try to defend your house walls.
Yeah, but another castle going up for Allouition to defend these resource areas as well as the TCs. So really good read from Allouition there to defend that.
Castles are cheaper as the Franks, so might as well spam as many as you want.
Yeah, and he's got plenty of stone to
and
back it
army
up,
count
so.
is now 2 for Oz, and it's these two.
Oh,
30
man.
HP between them.
No.
Spears. Gonna lead Allouition around the back side of the north side of the base again.
Yeah.
And Oz under pressure again. No more villagers in queue. 78-41 eco difference, and Oz is actually housed because those houses went down in the wall.
Oh man.
What
Looks
is
like
he's spending his wood on skirmishers now.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. He doesn't have any villagers on gold or stone right now, so that's really hurting him. So he's having to use the market to buy and sell some of these resources. He is
Gonna drop the castle on the north side. That's a
not
good spot.
Not a bad idea. It's a good choke point. It's gonna give him some time. But the Allouition does have some units coming in, so he is gonna see the castle going up. He is gonna try to.
And that castle's denied by the crossbows.
No. Oh, he could try rushing a castle to another location, but
yeah, so in this situation, you could put a castle right by your town center. That would defend the forward gold in the stone somewhat. But this foundation, I guess it was never tapped, so Allouition doesn't know that the foundation is there, that's what the plan is. And I was just sending the villagers now to fight. And I think that might be what does it for him. What does him in. At least with the mentality. Eco difference 83-34. So, and Allouition with the castle back at home too. I think we know where this game is going from here.
Looking good.
Chopping the wood.
Allouition's in full control right now. He's just feeling very confident. Oz is. Oh
He
boy.
does clear up a couple man-at-arms by the TC. He hasn't been killed, and he wants to stay in the game as long as possible. Because this is his last chance in this set to make something happen. So can't blame him. Castle's Foundation would love to see that deleted and placed somewhere a little bit safer.
I mean-
I'm looking at this spot personally. I would love this.
Yeah, I think that's the best spot. That or maybe to the right of it as well. But I think.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
Oz has
just
seen the
noticing-
score.
Yeah.
Again, good game. Thanks for playing. And there it is. Allouition
really
with that.
That was actually a
Yeah.
really fun game. I think
Yeah.
that middle. I think the middle part where Allouition was pushing with the castle and then the wall drop by Oz.
Quick wall drop there.
That
Yeah,
was
watching all those
fantastic. I think
build
That was fantastic play from both players. I think that was fun.
Yeah.
That was a great game to watch.
Yeah, that was awesome. Good castle forward, knowing when to do that from blue. Yeah. And yeah. 30 crossbowmen from Allouition in blue as the Franks. You don't usually expect to see that as the most created unit for the Franks.
GG's, guys. That was a really fun game to watch. You all did
Well
great.
played. Well
The
played.
man's a machine, an absolute machine, I tell you.
Oh man.
Somebody check his installed mods.
You got some like
Oh,
uh-oh. No more nights for me.
Full-blown panic mode.
I take my defeats, I lick my wounds, and I shall be back again next year, sir.
Ooh.
Sounds good. Same time, same place.
Same time, same place. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much, Allouition.
Who cares?
Indeed.
Oh,
Is
yes.
was it a fun one to watch? Not
That
too
was
bad,
fun.
not too much of a slaughter.
Raven
Well,
was just saying it was a really good game, that last one to watch. Really fun.
Nice. All right, good. Well, thanks, gentlemen. I unfortunately have to get back to homework because I am a week behind, but
Oh no.
Oh man.
we shall
All right.
see you all later.
Have a good one.